Guten Morgen, my name is Chris. I live in Brighton, in England. I'm a 51-year-old father of 3 teenagers. My first seizure was in October of 2023. I fractured or crushed 3 vertebrae in my back without impact, so I hadn't fallen down the stairs. I couldn't work out why, and the doctors a month later said there's this sort of shadow or bruising area on your head, so I assumed that's where I had fallen and that had caused the damage to my back. But it didn't turn out to be the case. This coloured area of bruising was in fact a lime-sized glioblastoma, a very aggressive tumour that unfortunately has no cure, can't be got rid of, and the treatment in the UK has remained the same for over 20 years, which, if you follow, is only going to lead you to in one direction. I'm unmethylated, I have wild type MGMT, and it's all the more reason because, as I found out after my chemotherapy, for that type of cancer, the chemotherapy is less effective. By pure coincidence, my back specialist had a bereavement in his family from glioblastoma, and from his experience he passed on to me the name of a doctor in the UK, in London, who specialises in brain cancer and who could offer me some guidance and hope. Dr. Matt Williams had initial conversations with me about 2 things. Firstly, Optune, which I do wear but take off on my first morning of treatment here in Germany and get put back on the last day of treatment, so this Friday. That's a separate conversation. Secondly, we discussed immunotherapy, and because standard of care procedure and the way it works in the NHS, they don't have any freezers available, and they won't take a fresh frozen sample of your tumour to save for treatment testing later. And because of these 2 reasons, a number of the clinics in Germany were completely unavailable to me because they required fresh samples. The guys at IOZK, they're amazing. They're amazing at answering your questions, simplifying things, making the medical side sound that bit more simple. They helped me understand quickly what they could do, and they offered me that one thing that we all want, and that is hope. Not blind hope, not just we will fix you. A realisation that the work that they're doing has some life-enhancing results, but is by no means a cure. So it is with a big leap of faith that I decided to go to Cologne, and with that we had to decide how to get to Cologne, and it was really down to thank a couple of friends in the UK who suggested that I launch a GoFundMe. I have now over 1,500 donators to thank, without which I wouldn't be here now, and I wouldn't have come to IOZK for more than a couple of months. And in preparation, I was asked to shoot a short film just to help you understand what the city is like and how easy it is to get around. But before I do that, I was asked to highlight what I bring with myself for my treatments. First and foremost, this is a blister pack. It contains all the meds 4 times a day for a week. It's put together by your pharmacy. I wish I'd found out about it 6 months before I did, as it makes that time of the week an awful lot less stressful. This is Curamin, which is a bright yellow spray you put in your mouth to help inflammation. So it's an anti-inflammatory. This is an emergency seizure med that I take and inform air stewardesses of my condition when I get on the plane. I've just arrived in a train heading towards Cologne in a few minutes. So I'm flown from Heathrow to Cologne Bonn Airport. It's just an hour and 10 minutes. I sleep most of the way. And it's a relatively simple and quite picturesque flight and arrival. I travel on a Sunday, so that I'm here in town the day before my treatment starts, which has always been important to me. You can get up and on a 7 o'clock flight on Monday morning and get treatment by midday, I believe, but it's not the pace of life. Certainly I want to have. The train from here to Cologne is super efficient and takes no more than 20 minutes. It's €3.50, whereas a taxi can be over €50 and an Uber over 40. So yeah, this is the way. And from central Cologne, you've got most tram or bus and still taxi services within a very, very short walk of the station. The other thing as well on a Sunday is you tend to find that there's nothing open, certainly in the afternoon, by way of supermarkets, etc. So another reason going by train, to get a train into the middle of Cologne, is to visit one of the very few shops which will be open, so I can grab some water and some fruit for breakfast tomorrow. I've taken my normal luggage, and the walk within the airport is relatively simple. If you need assistance, if you want a wheelchair to get you to the gate, just ask. Just ask. People don't ask for proof of your diagnosis every 5 minutes. Some of the medical equipment, maybe they do for me, but it's if you're not feeling up for it and you need a hand to get to the gate, then ask for it. It's great service both in England and in Germany. And in Germany is recommended because of this airport. It can be more than 1.5 kilometers walk from check-in through to the gate departure, because it's right at the other end of the terminal that the security and customs etc. is, so it might be worthwhile. I've been coming here since February of 2024, and I was diagnosed I think 2 days before I was operated on.
and 90+% of stage 4 glioblastoma was removed in the front right temporal lobe. I'm unmethylated, I'm wild type, I'm really looking not to just do standard of care in the UK and need to find more treatments that are gonna make a difference for me. And that's why I come to IOZK. I'll cut off before I get cut off by someone. Yeah, I come here as a layer of treatment, standard of care. On top of that, treatment in Cologne. So I've been coming once a month for the last 11 months now, and I couldn't recommend it enough. I'm not going to go into the details, but I look forward to coming, and I feel good when I leave. And if that's not a reason, then I don't know what is. I'll see you on the other side. This is a Cologne station. If you're coming from the airport, you'll come from the far from behind me, platform 10, and then you want to head out this way, which is towards the cathedral. Let's go and have a look. You can't miss the cathedral, can you? So where I'm at here is, you can see it really, really clear and simple time board for the trains. And if you look just round a little bit, you'll see the entrance for the tramway or the underground. And they come quite regularly. So if you look for this U sign, you should be able to get to most places from here. I use the 16 to head south, and it also will go within 200 yards of the IOZK clinic as well. So I'll get this train in 5 minutes, and then I'll show you where the stop is for IOZK as well. The cathedral's free to get in until about 5, and it's an amazing place. I often, like today, go in there and light a candle and pause and stop to think how blessed I am. So where do you stay in Cologne? There's so much choice. It's really, really popular in Germany for trade fairs, trade events, and therefore there's a lot of business travel, which makes the cost of staying quite varied during the year. Also note that February is carnival in Cologne. I haven't experienced it, but it sounds great fun and quite chaotic. I've tried hotels, Airbnbs, and I'm now really happy with location about 5 miles south of town, near the magnificent Rhine River, and an apartment hotel, less servicing, less cost, and more facilities for us to make my own food as soon as I'm travelling alone. Accommodation can easily be under €100 a night, but it can also easily, if you're not checking it, creep up certain days of the week to much more than that. Here at the tram station already. It's only been less than 5 minutes since I left the apartment. So I'm going to buy a ticket and jump on the tram, and I'll see you guys later. Yeah, I missed the train, but I've got a different one. I'm not quite sure where it goes, but in the right direction north from here. So yeah, Uber could cost me for this journey over 20 euros, local taxi over 30 euros. The ticket for the tram, one single ticket's €3.50. Or if you had the time, you could work it, I guess, for free, but it'd take over an hour, and it's not the best thing for my back, especially for treatment. So have a word with IOZK and see if you can get your appointment at a time that's most convenient for your lifestyle. They do everything for the customer first. They'll do whatever they can to accommodate you. Here's Barbarossa Platz even, and just 2 minutes down there is IOZK. And around the area there's so many places to get doner kebabs if you want. I've not tried a doner kebab in my 11 months of coming here yet. Bakeries though, there's lots of bakeries and loads of supermarkets. I call them chemists, but the pharmacies are, but there are a lot of pharmacies nearby. You can turn around a prescription from the clinic within 24 hours. Easy peasy, really simple. Never had a problem. And there's the Lidl, which backs onto where we're at. There's also a lot of accommodation around here. It's a residential area mainly, even though it's central. And I know that the clinic offers advice on where you could stay. They're all very approachable, it's so easy. This is one of the summer fast food restaurants nearby. Vietnamese, if you love that, it's everywhere. It's brilliant food as well. Really fresh, but no, it's a cash economy here. So when you're paying for food or drink or taxis, if you do, you're likely to need euros. And the exchange rate over here from pounds is, yeah, you want to sort it out before you come over here, in short. Most places other than that accept cards and preferred cards like any other country. If you're a carer and you're visiting with your loved one who's having treatment, then there are some really gorgeous cafes and ice cream parlours on the same square as where IOZK is. It's so easy just to pop out and get what you need. This is the train stop or tram stop straight outside the clinic's entrance here. And I don't know if you can see on the board there, the trams are very, very regular, even at this time of day. And this is the building. This is where we go. It's where they do their thing. It's Friday. I'm heading back to Brighton now, and I'm leaving you this message because I'm not sure how it fits into everything else that I've recorded so far, but it's just to say it's been a fantastic week. I finished with treatment this morning. They always fit you in early enough for you to then finish and then even check out before
having to head to the airport. I'm going to be coming back to this place, this apartment, for one good reason, that's the price, but also for this. It's a beautiful river, and yeah, if you look south, you can just walk for miles down that way.